Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today. So we're going to get into it right away, because right now, this is the opening act for everything, guys. And I am convinced that we have complete and utter problems coming down the road that are just about to unfold as early as the end of the month. And before I get into it, please take a second. Please like the video. Please hit the subscribe button. Also, we have a sponsor today, Patriot Gold. And I'm at the top of Pearl Street, and this place is absolutely stunning. The waves are breaking, but you can also see some of these areas that the water covers all the time, and we'll try to traverse the rocks a little bit. But so much is happening right now with the economy around the world. And the big problem that we're going to see is going to be interest rates and what they're going to do to everything right now. Gold and silver right now are so suppressed that, I always tell people to buy silver whenever they can, get their hands on physical silver, and it's getting more and more difficult to get your hands on it. And silver is an industrial metal that is used in so many applications, hundreds, and there is just not enough silver. There are, hundreds of millions of ounces that are required every month just for business and the connectivity, the auto industry, medical industry, solar, everything else. And what we're seeing right now with every industry is we're seeing nothing but instability. And with the mortgage industry, this is what's happening right now too. Look at this, guys. Look at how beautiful this is. A little slice of heaven over here. Look at that. Is that crazy? By the way, that's somebody's house up there. That's just nuts. So, one thing we're seeing is we're starting to see banks admit that there are liquidity problems and that they're concerned with the credit issues. The 10-year bond is going up and tricking up a little bit every day. And it's becoming more and more of an issue every day as far as that's concerned. But, you can not take this seriously, or you can take it seriously. I have had so many people write me about banking issues that it's too many. It's too many to talk about. I'm going to do a separate video probably over the weekend on it. But we're seeing everybody. Now, here's the thing. If you do something that's questionable and the bank doesn't like what you do, you're an artist, you work with self-defense in any way, they're starting to do things. Hey, listen, what do you guys do? Well, how about a church? How about a church that had a separate account with $1,300 in it from their parish, and they had that frozen? We're starting to see nuts, crazy things like that right now, and it's only getting worse right now. So, mortgage interest rates are right now above 6%. I want you to think about this. Adjustable rate mortgages right now are over 5% on an average. And this is from Mortgage News Daily, guys. Take a look at this. This is just absolutely catastrophic. And people sit there and say, hey, that's not a bad amount for a mortgage. It's okay, Dan. It's the way it is. By the way, I'm in one of those little caves over here. But, 2.78% interest rate in January. And now we're seeing this. And we're seeing the stock market start to have real problems where it's getting worse and worse and worse. Now, a man named Bix Weir came out and said that we're going to see silver go to, $1,000, which I don't think it's going to go that high myself, but I think you're going to have gold and silver be something that will be very important in people's portfolio coming up. The housing industry is absolutely taking a hit right now because of these interest rates. The demand for mortgages has dropped an absolute ton. People that are getting adjustable mortgages for what the 15-year rate is. By the way, you can get a 15-year rate right now for 5.1%, and you can get the adjustable for 5.1%. You know, not everybody can afford a 15-year mortgage, and it's going up more and more. So I'm trying not to get taken out by these waves as I walk back this way. What this means, though, is preparation, guys. Get ready. Start to realize that this is serious. Start to realize that there's a problem. If you live in earthquake country, which I do, you've got to be ready for the earthquakes. It's that simple. If you live in a hurricane zone, you know, you guys, if you're foolish if you don't take that seriously. So it's all about preparation right now financially. And again, these are serious things that nobody wants to talk about. Nobody wants to sit there and worry about their finances, worry about if their bills, you know, if they're going to make enough money to pay for things right now. But you're going to see such massive layoffs coming in the near future. They just celebrated the unemployment numbers, that it was down for the third or fourth straight week, and we're supposed to think that this is great. It's ridiculous. An expert just came out today and said that if we don't get unemployment to 7%, that we're never going to get inflation down to 2%. I don't think we're ever going to see inflation again at 2%, because I'm one of the people that don't believe that unemployment is at 3.7% right now. I think it's ridiculous to talk about it this way. So share your thoughts on this. There's a ton more to cover right now. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. You know, September is generally the worst month for stocks. And this year, they're not letting us down because we're having nothing but problems. We're about to see the housing market completely crash, and you need to take care of your investments, and you need to look at alternatives right now. And the best alternative is a 401k or IRA from Patriot Gold Group. They're backed by physical metals. There are no fees on setting these up. You can call 888-330-1431 today and get your free investor guide from Patriot Gold Group. There's no obligation at all. You know, think about this. China, India, Russia have all said that they want to get away from the US dollar. And the one thing that has stood the test of time through history has been precious metals as a combatant against inflation. You need to look at these 401ks and IRAs that are backed by physical metals. Call them today, 888-330-1431. Don't take my word for it. Steve Forbes, Robert Kiyosaki, even JP Morgan have all said we're going to see a monster raise from the Fed on September 21st this year, and it's going to dramatically affect everything for the negative. So get yourself ready before it's too late. Patriot Gold Group is the best in service. They're rated #1 with Consumer Affairs for the last 6 years in a row. Call them today before it's too late at 888-330-1431. Let them know that I allegedly sent you, and get your free investor guide today. Look at these areas that always are wet. And with the moss growing on them, generally the water is over these areas and there's moisture all the time. When the tide goes out like this, then you get those exposed green rocks. Now, on the loonier side of life, the Detroit Auto Show is happening right now. And it looks like every automaker is going all in on electric vehicles. I'm shocked, guys. I am absolutely shocked at this. I really am. And, you know, what if you're an oil company? Do you have a say in this? Do you sit there and think that you can, you know, that this should be stopped in any way, shape, or form? Now, here's the thing. The new Mustang was released. How is that a Mustang if it's electric? Zzz, okay? Yeah. I don't get it, guys, okay? I owned a Prius, okay? It was a hybrid, but it didn't count as far as being electric, okay? Because it was partially gas and partially battery. The one thing about that car is it got tremendous gas mileage. I mean, sick gas mileage, 45 at times, just nuts. Now, one thing that's happening with this is you're seeing companies like Toyota. They came out and they said, listen, we're not going all in on this. We're going to work on the hybrids. And one of the groups that's into the environment said that they're going to rank them, 10, out of the top 10 companies, they're ranking Toyota's last because they're not into the environment. Guys, how can you have these electric cars that are $65,000 a piece? Well, in 3 years, Dan, they're going to be $30,000. One guy wants to bet me $100 that Tesla's going to have an electric car that's going to be out the door $25,000. It's going to have a 300-mile range by 2025. Okay, well, it's kind of stupid. I don't know how that's possible. Everything's going, up in price. We're seeing inflation do such a number on industries. I had lunch with somebody today who told me how his business has been completely destroyed during this time, utterly destroyed during this time. And in the construction industry, a lot of suppliers set people up as dealers. So you have to fill out an application, they verify your business, how long you've been in business, are you a licensed contractor, are you not, what kind of things do you install, how long you've been doing it, the normal stuff, guys. Basically a credit application to make sure you're good. Well, the problem with it is a lot of these companies, especially after 2008, got so desperate that they started to sell to anybody off the street. So basically the installers. So the installers in multiple industries, roofing, cabinets, patio covers, windows, I could go on. And, garage doors for that matter. And these guys went out and got themselves set up to buy direct from the suppliers. And the suppliers enjoyed it. The only problem with it was the installers, let's say that they would sell a job or they would install a job and make $500. And I'm using round figures here. Well, what happened was these guys went out and said, hey, I can sell this job and make $1,000 and undercut everybody. Which you can sit there and say, well, that's America, that's the way it works, and that's capitalism. No, what it does is it absolutely destroys the industry because you have companies that have an infrastructure, that have insurance, that have employees, that have, people that get leads, set leads, call, salespeople, everybody. And then you get some guy that's just working out of his house, out of his car, basically, with his dog, underselling. And the problem with it is these industries are now getting destroyed. And you're starting to see it all over because the bigger companies are starting to suffer big time as a result of this. And even the little guys are starting to suffer now because the economy's not good and these guys cannot sell. They have no sales ability. They don't know anything about marketing, social media, or anything to get themselves through the door. They show up in their shorts and flip-flops and figure out why they can't sell a job. I'll do it cheaper than everybody else. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. People want value. They want, especially with their money today, people are not spending the money like they used to 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And these industries are having a huge, huge problem with this. And the installers are just not selling stuff, guys. It's absolutely killing them right now. But this one contractor who is basically going to retire is out deciding what he's going to do in the future. My suggestion was buy the factory or go sell something else. And, there's a lot of things that can be done to get through this stuff. Hey, Casey. Hey, bud. So, beautiful out here today, though, guys. Just absolutely stunning. But you have to look at this, guys. Industries are getting destroyed. People have no money. People don't have any extra money. People are starting to look at HELOCs not to do home improvements, but to pay their bills. Honey, if we tap the equity on the house, we're going to be able to live here for another 2 years and not have a problem. Maybe. Okay? Ray Dalio, who runs the largest hedge fund in the world, Bridgewater, has stepped forward, and Mr. Dalio said that he sees a real problem in correlation from a Fed raise to the stock market. And he says eventually when interest rates get to 4.5%, that you're going to see the stock market drop another 20%. Now, Ray's not a schmuck. is Ray selling something? Yeah, but Ray's a billionaire who, I'm telling you, read the article below. It's very scary because business is screwed up. Business is broken right now. And interest rates, when it comes to inflation and what it's done, it's killing commercial real estate right now. It's absolutely destroying it right now like you wouldn't believe. And it's finally going to take its toll. Why is it that these people that have had these commercial locations not been foreclosed upon and kicked out of these locations that haven't paid rent, some for 2 years? Why is that? Well, the day of reckoning is coming. And from all the experts I've talked to, the banks are fed up. Finally fed up, finally going to unload on these people and finally say, good night, Irene, you're done. So, everything is wrapped together. Everything from around the world is wrapped together. You have food issues with food delivery that's going to affect people and you're not going to be able to get food. Bottled water. Again, look at things like this. Look at things like filtration systems, Berkeys, the hand straws, things that can filtrate water. Even the Brita filter, you should look at having and buying 25 or 30 of those in case there's a water problem in your community. Look at Jackson, Mississippi, that still doesn't have drinkable water, that you have to boil water to bathe in, to eat in. Okay, that's fun. The leadership that we have right now is a joke, and it's not fixing things right now. Whether you're for these people or not, it is irrelevant. They're here to serve us, okay? At least that's what I thought when I was a kid and I took a civics class. But I found out that that's not the case as I became an adult because it's every man for himself. And how can this benefit me? Okay, well, we're living through this, guys. Look at everything in your life. I'm telling you this right now. These are the good times. This is only going to get worse from here. I really believe that. This is not doom and gloom. This is getting ready, guys. Whether you believe in precious metals or not, that's up to you. Whether you have a lot of money or a little money, make sure you have money outside of the banking system right now. Set aside so that you can get to it if there was an extended period of time that banks were closed. If you read everything that was sent to me lately, it is scary what's happening to people's accounts. Merchant accounts. Hey, listen, you generally don't have a charge, for your business of $600. Normally your merchandise is smaller, so we're going to hold this for 30 days. So the company still has to deliver it, but PayPal is going to hold the charge for 30 days. Now, I've had this happen to me, and it is devastating. And usually what's sick about this is it's usually you sell 3 or 4 large things, and then all of a sudden they shut it down on you when they have like 10 grand. Uh-oh, what are you going to do? Well, you got to get the money somehow because you got to deliver the product that people have bought. Nobody wants to hear that PayPal's holding your money. They don't care right now. So look at what ifs. What if this happens? What are we going to do? Well, that Dan guy's a nut. That Dan guy's an idiot. If you read all the emails from people that got out of their car loans, that sold their third vehicle, that is the best thing you can do. I'm telling you this right now. Get rid of everything that you have in your life. Every bill that you don't need, every extra, cable package, different Adobe. I have a friend of mine has multiple Adobe packages. Why? Why don't you need just one of them to edit these docs? I guess you're right. To the tune of almost $1,000, she got rid of all that stuff. What can you cut back in your business and your personal life to save you money? Are you going to the gym? Okay, or not? If you're not going to the gym, get rid of it. Get yourself ready, guys, because this is just going to get worse from here. And, this is the opening act for all this stuff. And again, the stock market, whether you believe that it's going to get worse or not, when you have experts talk about interest rates going up and things going down 20%, when do you sit there and go, I'm going to listen to that one? Now, these are areas through here that generally are wet all the time. And the tide's not even that low right now. Isn't that kind of cool? That's the Surf and Sand Hotel that people rave about that I think is, marginal at best. But I'm not paying to go to the surf and sand to walk on their beach. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Again, what's the worst thing that happens with preparing? This industry, your industry, I don't care what you sell. I don't care if you're an installer, service company, termites, fixing things, cleaning houses. What are you doing right now to get paid? And are you concerned about it right now? You should be, man. You should sit there and look at all this stuff and get money out of your system, out of the system right now. If you are one of those people that gets payments through different payment processing places and you think that they're holding your money like that, they can shut it off and you won't have that money. And I have had so many people that have said, PayPal's holding my money, the merchant account, Bank of America, Wells Fargo that we've talked about ad nauseum. Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. It's beautiful. Just really, really something different, something you don't really see. And again, the cool thing about Laguna and all these different places, the tip of every street, it's a different beach, different feel. Nobody's sitting out here, obviously. But man, I just think the calm before the storm. It's going to start getting cold. Work on your energy prices. Work on, sealing windows in your doors, sealing windows and doors in your house so you don't have gaps, and how you can save money, because this is going to be the worst year ever, regardless of where you live. If you live here in California, they're raising prices. Back east, it's horrible, and it's going to affect people in such a bad way. And now, I get people that write me and say, "Hey, I've got great news, Dan. Social Security is going to go up in January." Guys, it's September right now. You're worried about getting paid in January? Seriously. And again, it doesn't equal the inflation total. So if it went up, 20%, it probably wouldn't be enough right now to make a difference. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. Protect yourself. But also look at where your job is. How do you get paid? Do you work for somebody else? How are they? Are they secure? And again, these are tough things to ask people, because people get furious. Hey, I'm worried about the financial stability of the company. Do you know that the company's paying their bills? Ask. Find out. Talk to HR. Everybody works for a different size company. Some people work for very large companies that are just going to go out of business. But these mortgage companies and these people that have anything to do with real estate right now, they are shutting people off like you wouldn't believe right now. And you have to get yourself ready for this. So let me know, guys. I'm dying to hear from you. There's a few things that are crazy right now. The CEO of Patagonia, mountain gear store, things like that. Well, this guy, Yvon Chouinard, started the company 50 years ago, and he just announced that he's going to give away the entire company, which is worth $3 billion right now, for climate change, to fight climate change. Now, he's got 2 adult kids, and again, everybody's for it. Man, I don't get this, okay? What do these people do? Go get jobs now? Seriously, I don't get it, okay? Generational wealth, not your uncle left you 400 grand because he's a nice guy. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about $3 billion, which could do a lot of things. Now, this guy's doing it to fight climate change. That's his thing, which is cool, but it doesn't involve his family. It's not like it's a trust set up for his adult children to run, or his grandchildren, or their kids. That's what I don't understand. That makes no sense to me. Business is suffering dramatically. Think about this. FedEx lowered their guidance to the lowest in 2 years. 2 years ago, we had the health crisis. Everything should be back to normal. And FedEx is saying, no, it's not. So they lowered their guidance to the lowest level in 2 years. But you've got Burger King, who's saying it's going to spend $400 million to get you reintroduced and to fall in love again with the Whopper. Now, when was the last time you went to Burger King and go, God, that was a great meal. That's a great burger. Never. Okay? The chicken fries are okay, but you know that they're so bad for you when you eat those damn things. Now, the Whopper. They want to reintroduce you to the Whopper so you'll fall in love with it again. Okay. Now, Starbucks Starbucks steps forward and says, we're going to open 2,000 more locations and spend $450 million on that. $450 million on new locations. Now again, the world's going to fall apart, but we're going to have $6 cups of coffee. It's going to be awesome, okay? Now, final thing, Elon Musk has said that there is a security flaw with Twitter, and that's what he wanted to stop, was that. And he has a new court filing with that. But this gets even better. Elon Musk had pictures of when he was in college with his college girlfriend, Marilyn Gwynn, or whatever her name was, Madeline Gwynn, whatever her name was, something Gwynn. Anyways, lovely lady. But they sold at auction for $165,000. Somebody bought Elon Musk's pictures for $165K. That's crazy. Now, Elon Musk, whether you love him or hate him, he did a Dan move here where he changed his Twitter profile to one of those pictures with the girl. So, again, you can say he's an imbecile, which I have said, but man, that guy's got a good sense of humor. So, please share your thoughts on all this stuff. Do not forget to hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget we've got an email list. If you want more exclusive content, there is Patreon. And also, don't forget to look at our sponsor if you're interested in a 401k or IRA that's backed by precious metals. Take a look at Patriot Gold. Guys, again, I love going out to places for you guys to show you guys different things. This place is absolutely stunning. Absolutely cool. And I needed this today. So, share your thoughts, guys. I will see you guys very soon. Onward and upward.